Oh, what happened to my YouTube page? What is up, Heroes of Dominion? My name is Charlie. This is Hero Wars Central, and my page disappeared. Hold on a second. Gotta solve this problem. How's everybody doing this fantastic Tuesday? Team Fight Tuesday. Possibly. If we get to it. We'll get to it. Let's see. Live chats. Everything else. Oh, nope. Everything reset. Shoot. Give me a second, guys. Freaking YouTube. Not saving settings. Okay. There we are. That was frustrating. It's a little chilly in the basement today, so I'm wearing a little bit of a coat. We're going to talk about a couple of things. We're going to talk about Hero Wars Mobile's birthday, the 3-year anniversary or the 5-year anniversary or whatever anniversary it is. We're going to talk about that on Hero Wars Mobile. Oh, looks like we got to close, reopen. There we go. We'll talk about Guild Wars. We'll talk about Ascension a little bit. I keep hearing this thing getting thrown around that Ascension's really expensive, but it's kind of impossible to power level it up outside of this initial event. So if you're not taking advantage of this initial event, then you're going to be in trouble. At least in relation to those of you that are taking advantage of this event. I've decided that I'm going to be buying the emeralds to do the quest. But I'm going to wait until this Friday to make sure that there's not a times 4 sale. Mr. NCSU, thank you so much for stopping by. Good luck in your meeting. Good luck in your meeting. Okay, so let's talk about Dominion Day first. Let's go ahead and get this out of the way. Oh my gosh, there we go. So Dominion Day is the 5-year anniversary of Hero Wars Mobile. We have a set of 7 tasks here that are not a surprise to us. We've seen them before. Daniel showed them to us earlier this week. What, yesterday? Earlier this week? I guess technically it is earlier this week. We have login for a bunch of avatars and then a fun border at the bottom. We have make purchases. We have pitch black, which is open things in the tower. We have collect Titanite in the dungeon. We have open heroic chests. Fight in the arena and grand arena a number of times. And then finally spend emeralds. And you need what? 80,000 emeralds? Oh, 80,000? You couldn't do 100,000 like Facebook and web? Come play with the big boys, Hero Wars Mobile. So, birthday cake. You complete quests and obtain pieces of cake. Improve the cake and receive a reward. Buy gifts for Dominion Day. All right. Next. You and your jokes. Next. Thank you. So basically, the point of this entire event is to do those tasks. And those tasks are the same tasks that we do on every single event. Though I will say this. Hero Wars Mobile doesn't typically have more than 4, right? 4 or 5 tasks. The fact that there's 7 tasks in this event, it's kind of nice. It's kind of nice. So you collect the pieces of cake by doing these tasks. You trade them in, you get some currency. You got to level up the cake. Now, I'm assuming once you level up the cake, as you level up the cake, I should say, you get better and better rewards. I'm not sure what happens when you get to the top. Has anybody gotten to the top of the cake? What in a simple task? I don't have the frame and avatar inside it. What in a simple task? Andrian, I'm not sure what you're talking about. A symbol? Andrian, I'm not sure what your question is there. Holiday cake. This is a Hero Wars Mobile task, by the way. The cake is infinite. That's what I was afraid of. That's what I was afraid of. So the cool thing is you get both Galahad coins and Aurora coins, And does anybody else's OCD get completely set off by the fact that the Galahad coins are on the left, but Aurora's here on the left? Aurora coins are on the right, and Galahad's on the right. Does that bother anybody else? It bothers me. Charlie, do you know what the colors of the stars mean in a guild raid? No, Alpha, I do not. Not yet. I am looking for that answer. The amount of Aurora and Galahad shop currency. Yeah, Tunes, I was just curious if there is a top end. If there's a top end to it. Not a frame and avatar and a simple task in it at 5 years, just claim for a box. Oh, I see. I gotcha. So in the Aurora shop, you have these surprise presents. The surprise presents apparently are pretty meh. Pretty meh. Artifact boxes, huge XP potions, elemental spheres. That's the Titan artifact spheres or the big money blue balls. Gold and bottled energy. Low chance for the big ones. But Lemort's map is in here. Lemort's map is kind of the big win. One of the best items that you can buy from an event shop like this. Lemort's map is a very difficult to farm. Not difficult, but it takes a long time. A lot of energy and a lot of days worth of farming in order to get a Lemort's map. So, nice little reward there. I do see that somebody, let's see, Marion says skin stones always the best. I don't disagree with you that skin stones are always the best, but, you know, I don't know. You can choose your scarcity. Choose your scarcity of resources. It builds the cake, but after a point, it doesn't add anything else visually. Ah, I hate Lemort's maps. Me too. Me too. Over here on the Galahad shop, you have the same surprise presents. Yeah, nothing crazy there. I guess the thing that really jumps out at me on this side is the Unity of Extremes. I feel like Lycanthrope's Fangs would have been a good choice to have here. But the U of E is probably the good thing. 11,000, that's a lot. I mean, that's a lot of coins. You'll probably be able to buy like one of these in this event. Level 25, it tops out. Where's the judge shop? Pat Faz. Skin stones never end, so you feel better buying the map. Very true, very true. Yep, I think the currency increase caps after a certain level. Yeah, I think Lode Runner was saying that too in his leaked information. I think he said that it was, in fact, I'm going to go look. Scrolling. 13 pieces of cake once the event is over will translate into one surprise gift. 750 Aurora or Galahad coins will translate into one surprise present as well. One Lemort map at 10 times last cake level is 2,400 emeralds, or 200 pieces of cake. So 200 pieces of cake can get you one of those Lemort's maps. 2,400 emeralds. Was that a good deal? 2,400 emeralds for a Lemort's map? I don't know. You tell me. This is mobile, yeah. Hulkamaniac, this is mobile. Kira's new skin makes her look like the Prophet of Regret. The Prophet of Regret. Oh, that's a name I haven't heard in a long time. Ascension is quite expensive. Greetings from Greece. I apologize. I can't read your name, but I appreciate the kind words there. Where is this shop found? Gilbert, this is on the Hero Wars mobile version of the game, and it's right here behind this floating birthday cake. Boom. You just click on that, and there you go. Worried about Karkh. With this Ascension, he got less penetration than Kira, and even lesser compared to what Tank got as armor. Vishnu, I saw your comment there. I did. But I'm not too concerned. We'll talk about that in just a second. Actually, we might not talk about it too much in depth in this video, but whenever we do buy the 100,000 emeralds, we'll probably discuss it a little bit more there. Is this whole video about mobile? No, Carl. We're gonna switch back and forth. In fact, this is the extent of the mobile news. Is this 5-year anniversary cake thing? I'm not happy with it. I'm not unhappy with it, but I'm not happy with it. Obviously, I can't recommend anybody spend a ton of resources on this. With the Black Friday just around the corner, Winterfest happening right after that. Do your day-to-day stuff with this event, and that's it, guys. That is it. That's all. That is all. Yeah. I do want to have a quick discussion about, let's tackle this comment because it is worth discussing. It's absolutely worth discussing. Figglesville says you'd expect a 5th birthday event to be way better than an introduction of a new hero, yet it's worse. There was, I don't know if you guys play Genshin Impact at all, or if any of you are familiar with the Genshin Impact community, but they had their 1-year anniversary and there was a massive boycott of the game because they didn't feel that it was enough of a celebration. They didn't feel like they got enough stuff at the 1-year anniversary mark for this game. And so they had like the mass review bomb, and they had just a big boycott of the game. And I can't help but think about this isn't even as good as what that event was, but I don't want to get into it. So Vishnu brought up this question, and he left a comment on one of my videos. I wanted to talk about this. This comment as it sits right now. Basically, the issue is Karkh as a hero with Ascension, and we're shifting gears now. We're talking about Hero Wars, Facebook and web. We're talking about the new skills. I'm sorry, the new stats that were given to us with the Ascension Spire and the Tree of Wisdom. And just to comment, quote Vishnu. He says, worried about Karkh with this Ascension. He got less penetration than Kira, and even lesser compared to what Tank got as their armor, making his damage less effective. So I want to dissect this a little bit. I wanted to talk about this a little bit more because you're not wrong. You're absolutely not wrong. But that's not the whole picture, right? That's not the absolute whole picture. And Karkh has always had trouble with high armor targets. Like, obviously, he doesn't have his own armor penetration artifacts. But if we take a look at Karkh's armor penetration before Ascension, and if you guys want to go to HeroWarsCentral.com, hover over Heroes, go to Facebook Max Stats. That's where the Max Stats page is here. I put a giant disclaimer on here. Ascension stats have not been added to this yet. I'm going to add them all. I'm working on the revised spreadsheet right now, but I don't want to add the spreadsheet until they're all done. And I worked on a client website this morning instead of Hero Wars, and then I had to take Remy to the vet. We'll talk about Remy's vet trip this morning in a little bit as well. So if we take a look at Karkh's armor penetration, 34,600, and then you take a look at the armor, he already has less armor penetration than most of the tanks do. Right? Let's take a look at that again. 34,600 without an armor penetration artifacts, right? Astaroth, Cleaver, Marcus, Galahad, Luther, and Ziri, all tanks that have more armor than Karkh has armor penetration. Chaba is garbage. Corvus, we already know about Corvus's troubles. Corvus needs a little bit of help. He will get an armor skin eventually. I hope when Corvus gets an armor skin, his armor will be higher than Karkh's armor penetration. Who else do we have? What other tanks are we missing here? Rufus. Rufus's goal is not to be very strong against physical attackers, so that's not even an issue. Is that all the tanks? I think that's all the tanks. Aurora's way down here, but she's a dodge hero, right? You can never get her armor up high enough. So Vishnu, I think that you don't really have anything to be concerned about. I understand where you're coming from, and I wanted to talk about it here today. But the fact of the matter is, Karkh's ult, his knockup, targets the 3 enemies with the lowest health. Now, often that's not the tank. Often what ends up happening, and you see it a lot in my live streams whenever we're doing Guild Wars, we're often seeing that that my team ends up with the tank by themselves or Martha by themselves at the very end of the fight. Like, if I win the fight, the last hero on the enemy's team to go down is either the tank or the Martha, right? So I wouldn't worry about it too much, Vishnu. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Tanks are supposed to have armor and resist. Yep. I don't think Karkh should have higher stats and a higher ratio than other damage dealers. Anytime you have a damage dealer that can take out teams 200k higher than his, you have an OP hero. Agree. And to add to that sentiment, the 200,000 power level sentiment, that's a nice ambiguous break-even number that we can talk about when we're talking about when to start building Team 2. And that's a whole other discussion. But I just want to say that Coco and I over at Hero War Secrets, we've been chatting a little bit about Ascension, and we're still not seeing eye to eye just yet. But I think we're arguing about the same thing. Just he's looking at absolutes, and I am not. Cool, Big D. Remy needs some more likes. She's bored by the 45 likes we already have. So she woke up this past weekend with cherry eye. And I don't know if you all are familiar with dog anatomy, but those dogs that have smushed faces, like French bulldogs, like Remy, and English bulldog, the bulldog variety, all those smushy faced breeds, if they get a little too aggressive, their tear duct can pop out from under their skin, and it will occlude part of her vision, and her tear duct can dry out. And if I don't take care of it, then I potentially could have to give her eye drops every day so that her eye doesn't go bad, it doesn't get too irritated. So the problem took care of itself. It's not detached. It's not prolapsed, to use a fun word. So she doesn't need surgery. But we just have to keep an eye on it, and it's a pretty common issue with French bulldogs. So that visit went very well. She got a little cookie. Everything is good. Everything is good. Will Karkh be useful against Asgard bosses? I don't think so, Tankoff. Traditionally, Karkh is not good against bosses. If they can be knocked up, then yeah, he will be, and we'll find out. We'll find out later this week. What's up, Flame Wing? Good to see you. So today is Team Fight Tuesday. Team Fight Tuesday means that I'm going to take your team and I'm going to beat it with my team. That's the plan. The rules of Team Fight Tuesday: you only get one team. If you want a special stipulation, like you want to be on defense, you want to be on offense, you want me to use a specific hero, you want me to not use a specific hero, you need to say that. You need to let me know. You also need to know that max testing is a little broken right now. Max testing does not include ascended stats, which supposedly it will. I'm hearing that it will. Sometimes it's just a bug right now that it's not on there. And Facebook and web is drastically different than mobile. However, today we're going to kick off with Taureau's team, a mobile team he wants me to try out. I don't know if you're watching Taureau, but I know you watch the replay from time to time. After I do my guild wars on here, we'll do some team fighting, and then we'll kind of continue about it. Our day. Talking about absolutes, is this game is in reality how many people have maxed their teams? A couple. I mean, there's a lot of people on my server that have maxed out teams. I don't know how many completely maxed out accounts there are, but I know that there are some pretty solid maxed out teams. This is a troublesome setup here. You got a magic defense artifacts. You got a couple of crit heroes. You almost don't want to use Helios, but I feel like I'm just going to go with it. I feel like we're just going to roll with it. See, what's going to happen in this instance is Karkh is actually going to target everybody but Martha. So Martha is going to be left by herself in the back. She's got a nice armor artifact that's going to push her out of range of Karkh's ult. Let's see. All their damage is dead. This Lilith, I'm letting this Lilith survive way too long. It's been a long time since I fought a Lilith, and she might beat me here. We're gonna copy Martha, And then we're going to use Helios while we have a chance to double up. All right, Rufus is down. Okay. All right, now we're going to stop using shields. Oh, I mistimed that. A little bit of speed up action there. Got her. All right. All right. I might have possibly should have used King Biscuit on that situation right there. Interesting, though. That was an interesting fight. Let's go. How can I beat Bob 1? My pool of heroes: Astaroth, Yasmin, Drew, Sebastian, Celeste. You got to kill him fast. You got to kill Karkh fast. If you don't kill him fast, you're going to lose. Got to kill him fast. Celeste is going to be a good choice. Boom, daddy. All right. All right. So let's spend. Well, let me burn off some of this energy. Let me knock out some of these tasks so they're not sitting here waiting on me. Okay, and then all right. So the first team that we're going to go up against is Taureau, French Hero Wars mobile player, fantastic player. Aurora, Dante, Sebastian, Heidi, Dante, Aurora, Sebastian, Aurora, Dante, Sebastian, Heidi, Martha. All right. Martha. There you are. All right. So is it Taueau? There you go. There we go. All right. So we're going to beat this team with an interesting lineup. We're going to do this. We're going to go Jorgen. No, not Jorgen. Dorian. Orion. Isaac. Let's do a Staroth and how about I think maybe Kai? I think this is the play. Yeah, there we go. Frickin' Martha. There you go, Taureau. There you go. Heidi's gonna take your urn. That's a nasty team, Charlie. Yep. Why did you stop using shields? To get more energy. The less damage the more damage I take, the more energy I gain. I've been watching yesterday's video for the last hour, and John, you know, one of the things that YouTube is going to be adding soon is a banner across YouTube videos that says when their creator is live during a live stream. So let's try Stefan Toth's situation here. Let's deal with Stefan Toth's situation here over on Facebook. This is going to be number 2 for Team Fight Tuesday. Martha, Nebula, Karkh. All right. So this is Bob 1, and he asks how to beat Bob 1 with this pool of heroes. Astaroth, Yasmin. So we're going to use Celeste. You have Celeste. You don't want Helios. You don't really want Isaac. Let's do Astaroth, Yasmin. Astaroth, Yasmin, Celeste. We'll use Sebastian and we'll use Martha. Not the most ideal for this team, but we'll use, you have Martha, right? Yeah. You have Martha. So we'll use Martha. What you got to do is you got to kill him. You got to kill him fast. It's difficult to show you on auto mode like this, but ideally Celeste is going to burn him down. You're gonna have a hard time with this team. With this mix of heroes, you really aren't built to defeat that team. Ju is really bad against Martha. I mean, you probably really need Nebula to boost Celeste. Let me show you. If you were to use Astaroth, Nebula, Martha, Celeste, if you were gonna use this with Sebastian, this isn't gonna be as good, but it'll help. And again, this is a much harder team to defeat in full auto mode. But a Nebula boosted Celeste will burn down Karkh pretty quick. I really don't think you can beat this team, Stefan, with the heroes that you have. You could go with something like this. So you're using Yasmin. If you have this set up with which you do, and you add in Dante, you might be able to get away with it, but you're gonna have to level up your Dante quite a bit too. And Dante, you need more investment into than Nebula does. Nebula, you don't need as much investment in order to take advantage of her healing and her stacking of her buffs and all of that. But you can see I'm already in a much better situation. The fight's gone on much longer. There you go. So Dante really could be somebody that you could add to that team in order to start consistently beating Karkh teams. And Vari, no. Hashtag Team Bob. Even if I'm trying to beat Team Bob, hashtag Team Bob. I think a video explaining the best way to use Celeste and Manual would be awesome for the community. Yeah, I agree. I think, let's see, Dante is super expensive. Yeah. Well, especially if you've already selected Yasmin and Sebastian, right? Because you got two other very strong agility-based heroes right there. Nebula is halfway leveled, so we'll try that. You just got to get you want to use her Cursed Flame ultimate when she's got Nebula's Equilibrium buff on her. So your team has to survive long enough for her to switch to healing mode and then switch back, and you have to time it. But if you could do that, you might have a solid chance. Somebody asked for Tonya on defense. We've got Ju, Martha, Thea, Sebastian. Ju, Martha, Thea, Sebastian, Astaroth. Okay. I'll tell you another team that really benefits from having pets is this team right here. Without pets, you're going to have a lot harder time. So let's try something different. Let's do an undead team. Somebody mentioned asking about an undead team earlier. So let's do one of my favorite undead teams. Corvus, Astaroth. These two right here, and Dorian. This team is going to be really effective for a couple of different reasons. First of all, Ju knocking out Dorian is not going to matter because his aura is still going to be up. This is going to block Astaroth. We already know how much damage that Yasmin is going to do, and Astaroth will potentially shield some of the damage that Yasmin will get stacked on her, but eventually will start to block some of the damage that Corvus will take. So I really like this team setup. And you're not particularly weak to any of the enemy heroes here. You could throw in Helios potentially instead of Morgan, because the entire enemy team is going to be doing critical hits with all of their basic attacks. So they're going to get, they're going to put too much stress on Martha. Martha isn't great at really single target healing. So it might actually not matter. Zhu, man. Wow. Did you see that? Stuck it out. Stuck it out. All right. Let's try the other version. Let's do the Helios, Corvus, Morgan. No, not Morgan. Corvus, Yasmin, Astaroth, and Dorian. Here we go. So I'm using Helios instead of Morgan, but I'm exposed here. My Helios is exposed, but if he critical hits, then he's going to kill himself. So that's the thinking. Well, this version just doesn't have nearly enough. Doesn't have nearly enough damage. We need that armor penetration artifact with this team. Can't do it. Okay, Tonya. Okay. All right. That Zhu just sticking around, man. Causing trouble. He needs to go away. There we go. There we go. All right. Nice team, though, Tonya. Nice team. Nice team. All right. Let's go do a couple of the tasks that we need to do today, and then we'll jump back over to my other account. We'll do the Guild War there, and then we'll do some more team fighting. So Guild Raid Team 2. 1.07 defense. We only have 2 attacks today. This hero right here, Naus, the Doom Herald, conjures defensive spheres and begins charging up. In 5 seconds, he unleashes his energy to create a wormhole that begins attracting all around it and dematerializing the remaining defensive spheres on the battlefield. Each sphere that enters the wormhole damages all heroes. All right, so let's just stick with this team. I know it doesn't really matter. They're way too low level here. Guy looks like he's holding a drum, though. Oh, it's not a drum. It's some kind of cannon. I do like how it remembers the team. There we go. That cleaver skin is cool. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. All right. Good stuff, good stuff. Let's switch servers over to server 53. We'll do some Guild Wars, and then we'll get back to Team Fight Tuesday. So, a question that I keep seeing a lot is, or a comment that I keep seeing, is that this new Ascension is expensive. And then if you're a pay-to-win player, you can just run to the top. Well, the main thought process behind being able to just buy your way to the top is this Astral Seer thing right here, right? Because you can spend as many emeralds on this as you want. A number of other people have pointed out this is way more expensive than Titans. 3,000 emeralds for 10 is way more expensive than 10 spheres, right? It's like 500 emeralds for 10 spheres. So you can just keep buying this up and, you know, get as many resources as you need. But actually, you can't. Actually, you're stuck. The issue is that star mana cannot be bought. Star mana is only available. Here we go. Star mana is only available for fighting the minions, for defeating the bosses, and then the various quests. Like, I think you can get some for the weekly quests, although I might have already completed those. And then, of course, these quests right here, you might be able to get some too, but I don't think so. Excuse me. So that star mana is actually... That star mana is going to be a nice little bottleneck for us. The 100x is 30,000. Woof. It's more slow than expensive. Topaz Blue, I agree with that. More slow than expensive. Fantastic analogy. Satori can kill Karkh. Yep. Satori's strong against Karkh if you can protect him. You got to charge up quick, though. You got to charge up real quick. Real quick. Yeah, but you kind of get an excess of it so you don't speed up getting the rest. Shouldn't have any trouble with this team. This is a nice chill song. First event with packages for sale will have star mana. If you spend the 100,000 emeralds, you get like 90,000 star mana. Well, that was a waste. Yeah, she's dead anyway. The big star mana ejection is from the event. Right now, I'm sitting on 30,000 star mana and just need green crystals. You know what? I'm not going to say a word. I'm not going to say a word about that. I said yesterday that I thought that the crystals would be the big bottleneck. Not as far as spending. For spending, the star mana is the bottleneck. But the overall bottleneck for Ascension, I think it's going to be the crystals. But no, I'm wrong. We're just going to steal Galahad, actually. We're just going to... Oh, we're going to use Helios. All right, then. It's the seeds that are rare. Charlie, thoughts on Elmir, Dante, Nebula, Heidi, Dorian? I think it's good. I think it's good, some guy. It could work. It could work. Richard Cochran, what's up? What's up? Jasmine is getting killed way too early and too often. Was she reworked? I'm sorry, Richard Connolly, excuse me. No, I think that other people are just learning how to beat Yasmin now. Is there a birthday party event? Yeah, on Hero Wars Mobile, there's a birthday party event. Yep. Orion against Karkh, is he good? Orion targets the enemies with the highest health. So Orion wouldn't traditionally target Karkh initially at the beginning of the fight, but over time he might. So it's hard to say. Oh, this is a pretty straightforward Sebastian ad right here. I think Sebastian is a great choice. Isaac may be the second best choice. But see, all right. Here's an example. Let's chat about this right here. I think it's hard to say what the bottleneck is when it's still so fresh. I agree with you, Warman. That's why I'm kind of biting my tongue. I'm not biting my tongue at all, though, am I? I'm saying what I'm saying. They said we can just do the minions early. Yet some of them only show up in the last day, and you get one attack per minion. I don't see the point. You don't see the point in what exactly, Finkelzo? Remember, this event is going to end, and then we'll know what will be hard to get. Mm-hmm. So, yesterday I talked a little bit about Nebula versus Sebastian. Nebula versus Sebastian on this team in particular. So we have Arachne, which is going to do a ton of stuns, right? We have Celeste, which is going to do Cursed Flame. We have Jorgen, that's going to burn my energy up pretty quick. In this instance... is it possible that Nebula would be a better choice? And I don't think so. I think that a boosted Celeste will do a lot of damage. Maybe overwhelming Aurora, and then once Faceless pushes Aurora back, maybe overwhelming Arachne. But I think the energy reduction by Jorgen will cause too much problems. So I think in this instance, it's always going to be better with Sebastian. But again, Sebastian, you bring Sebastian along for his skills, not his stats. Sebastian could get overloaded, but I don't think so. I think that'd be the only reason why you wouldn't use Sebastian in this team is if he's going to get overloaded. But I don't think he will. I don't think he'll get overloaded. I don't know. We'll know here in a second. Maybe we won't. Maybe we're just going to overlevel this team. It's hard to say. It's hard to say when we're fighting teams that are, so much weaker than ours. But that's just something that I'd like to think about. I don't know why I just copied Celeste there. Something that I like to think about over the next, I don't know, couple of days, couple of weeks is, you know, which is better to spend those agility crystals on this account. Nebula or Sebastian? Nebula or Sebastian? I'm trying to find a fun Ziri team. Oh man, Darren, Ziri is going to be really strong whenever you have a thick boy in the second position. If you can somehow position Nebula up there, potentially Dante, Tristan, Arachne, Qingmao, Zhu, of course. Did I say Anvari? Anvari would be a good choice. Elmir would be a good choice in the second position. So I'm guessing a lot of physical teams, right? Physical teams is where you'd want to use Ziri so that your second position is always pretty strong. Your second position doesn't need to be very tough. They just need to have some form of defense, be it dodge or self-healing or just more health overall, a little bit of armor in the case of like Anvari or something, so that whenever Ziri buries herself and she comes back, in the time before she comes back up, that second hero being exposed. But if you can get Ziri up to a certain point, she doesn't go down that fast. They both have their uses, but I think Sebastian's just more versatile. I think so too. Sebastian's so good, guys. So good. For the event, just do one level for each hero, Inspire, or you'll run out of crystals and will not finish Ascension tasks. Yeah, that is definitely something that you could do. I agree with that. Do you have to ask Karkh Daddy unless there's another damage dealer? I'm not. Physical, Ziri is most known to be paired with twins. Oh yeah, of course. Krista, yeah, right. Thank you, Finkelzo. Of course. How could I forget Krista? Krista is another great opportunity hero behind Ziri. So there you go. Finkelzo was 100% right. 100% right. She's like the OG twins tank. What's my current Nebula's power? So that's what I love about these support heroes, is you don't need a ton invested in them for them to be really strong. 72,000 compared to 81,000. But see, this Sebastian, like, getting the bonus critical hit chance, who cares? Getting the bonus pure damage, who cares? I want him to ult early. I want him to ult first, as quickly as possible, and I want him to remove debuffs. That's the only reason why I care. So this guy needs physical attack. This guy needs physical attack and health. That's it. That's all I want on this account. Just give us all the minions and attacks on the first day and let us do it at our own pace. Why introduce 2 new minions and give 2 more attacks every day? It does seem like they're trying to spread out the situation. They're trying to make it more akin to what the mobile version of the game has in some of their things. I think that might be what they're trying to do. They're trying to give us a week-long, guild-wide activity. But it's not really a week-long. It's artificially week-long. Yeah, focus on his physical attack, because the more physical attack you have, the quicker he uses his ult. Yep. All right, I need another team, guys. Need another team. This is still Team Fight Tuesday. Let's check out Ziri Twins. Let's do Celeste. Mage. You guys want to do a 4th mage? You guys want to do a 4th mage, or should we do a third class, like a healer? But that, you're forced to log in the last day. Wasn't the point letting you do their minions earlier in the week and be done with it and tell the boss? I think I remember them saying that you don't have to rush it, because they're going to be available until Thursday. With your Bob account on Facebook, what's your defense team for Guild Wars? I use Sebastian. Astaroth, Karkh, Sebastian, Faceless, Martha. Michael. Let's do a engineer team. And ooh, spicy. No, Isaac, don't die. All right, that wasn't a good choice. Nebula keeping him up was not going to happen. All right. All right. So let's do... Isaac. Double magic defense artifact. All right. Leon, Martha, Peppy. Leon, Peppy, Martha, Cleaver. Oh, I don't have Cleaver on this account. Dang it. Cleaver, Leon, Peppy, Martha, Astrid, Lucas. Okay. Interesting. Well, you know what we got to do. Alright, Peppy. You know what? We might as well throw in waifu. No, we're not going to do waifu. Man, I like that Astrid and Lucas skin too. Oh no! This Astrid and Lucas is putting the business to me. Nice. Okay. Okay. Let's do... I got something for you. This is the team that I'm thinking about building as my primary team on this account, since Cleaver is the best tank now. Thinking about building this team. No, I'm locked down. Okay, whew. I got terrified for a second there that Lean was gonna lock me down. All right, we got a team from D. Warman here. Okay. Corvus, Morgan, Celeste, Sebastian, Phobos. Celeste, Sebastian, Phobos. D. Warman must use physical team. All right. Excuse me. Sure. I think we do our Nebula, Daredevil, Elmir team. Dorian, Nebula, Jorgen. Oh, never mind. We're going to lose. Nebula going down that fast is a bad situation. Okay. Must use physical team. Well, let's just try this again. Let's do this version. Karkh and Martha. Well, I guess this is a lot of magic, Tom. Yeah, this isn't. If I win, this doesn't count because this is more of a magic team. I'm not going to win anyway. Martha surprises me. How tanky she is. All right. So this is the second team that I'm going to build. This is the second team that I'm going to build on this account right here. Dante, and then we can use Helios to combat that Sebastian, but you don't want me to use mages, so we'll just use Sebastian. We'll just use my own Sebastian. So I think my main team is going to be Cleaver, Karkh, Nebula, Faceless, Peppy, and then my second team is going to be this team for boss fighting and Grand Arena, I guess. You need Dorian against the Corvus. Yeah, because Martha's not doing it. Martha's definitely not doing it. Okay. All right. Who could we try? We could do like a Nebula boosted Corvus with Dorian. I'm not sure why that would work, but you know, it'll be all right. And I'm actually going to do with Luther and Tristan. Here we go. This is another similar lineup than what I was thinking of too. I was thinking that Tristan would be actually pretty good against the undead. I mean, he is blessed after all. So like a Nebula boosted Tristan should be able to take out the undead pretty quick. The problem that you'd run into is if... Well, I'm not sure what problem you would run into. Nebula boosted Tristan, I think, is a pretty good counter, but it doesn't seem like it would be. Yeah, I don't know. Surely breathtaking that an old lady can take 4 spears big enough to push a big old bodybuilder. And don't use Yaz. You need Dorian against the Corvus? Okay. All right. Let's talk about Jimmy Thomas's team here. That's a good team, though. I think... well, Tonya's defensive team, actually, so far has the lead. Let's do Jimmy Thomas. Aurora, Celeste, Sebastian. Aurora, Celeste, Sebastian, Crystal Lars. Okay, Twins team. This is quickly becoming the most popular base Twins team. And this is actually going to be, this team right here is actually going to be the basis of my Tree of Wisdom video discussion. So I think the next video that I put out, either tonight or tomorrow, is going to be a video talking about building teams to be the most efficient for the Tree of Wisdom. That means having as few roles as possible. It's the Misty Catherine team. Oh, this is where I got this from Klaus. But yeah, I guess it does have Sebastian, the twins, and yeah, I guess so. And then the other side, the Tree of Wisdom having the fewest roles possible, and then the other side of it, the teams that are going to have the most roles possible. The Coco Hero War Secrets version of things. What's Sebastian doing in there? General purpose defense. General purpose defense. I can't use Jorgen to quickly kill Lars is the main thing. That's kind of the main thing. But against this team, we're gonna use Isaac and Sebastian, and the rest really won't matter too much. So we don't even need to use those. We can just do Karkh, Astaroth, Faceless, Sebastian, and Kai. Oh, I guess I didn't even need my... Oh, yeah, I did. I did need that Sebastian. Yeah, because if the enemy team didn't have their own Sebastian, then I would... oh, I lost. Then I would just plug in Jorgen and delete that team. Let's try Qingmao, Corvus, Dorian, and Master and Lucas, I think. No, Jet, Master and Lucas. There we go. Get him, Lucas. Almost. All right. All right. Nebula. Isaac. Ginger. There we go. Flame Wings team. Oh, single assassin. You want me to use that team? King for a day? Well, Tonya actually still has you beat. Tanya's defensive team still has you beat. Let's try single assassin's team against that team here. Cornelius, Kai, Aurora, Dorian. Cornelius, Kai, Aurora, Dorian, Jet. Interesting team, though. Who does Jet boosts Cornelius? Interesting. I don't use Cornelius nearly as much as I should. Wouldn't Cleaver Jew just delete Lars? Yeah, probably. Probably. I don't think of using Jew much either. All right, let's use Geniet's team. Geniet Venispel. Or is it Venispiel? Let's try that team. Aurora, Karkh, Nebula, Sebastian Thea. All right, this is Geniet's team. I've got hope that this team can prevail. Gotta go fast, though. Gotta go fast. Gotta get through that Aurora fast before Karkh ults. Karkh ults, I lose. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. I tried. That's all right. It's all right. All right. So, fantastic live stream today, guys. I don't think we got to everything that I really wanted to cover today, but that's okay. We're going to wait and see. Why no healers? What do you mean no healers? Sometimes you don't need a healer, Ben. Sometimes if your plan is to kill the enemy very fast, you don't need a healer. Live stream tomorrow is going to be at 12 p.m. Central Time, 5 p.m., 6 p.m. UTC. I guess I need to change that logo there. The overwhelming majority of you said that I should stay at 12 p.m. Central Time, 6 p.m. UTC. So we're going to do that. We're going to stick with that. I don't know if it's more or less convenient for me. Honestly, you know, it is. I get up at 4:30 to make YouTube videos because Russia is still working. So what's convenient for Charlie? Who knows? You guys realize that? I get up at 4:30 because Russia is still working at 4:30. That's when Loadrunner has posted a lot of his leaks daily, is by about that time. He usually starts around 2 a.m. Central Time and finishes up around 4:30, 5 o'clock, if he has any. Whew. Yeah, I've been up for 9 hours already. Woof. All right, guys. Tomorrow we will continue our discussion on the new Ascension game mode. Like I said earlier, we're gonna need to buy some emeralds to see how well this is actually gonna do. I haven't decided if I'm gonna do it for both accounts or just the main account. I'm not maxed out with Karkh anymore, so I need to get there. Waking up early. Yeah, exactly. Waking up early for work. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. I guess a lot of people do that, so it's not too big of a deal. Yeah. So, hope everybody had a fantastic day today. I'm going to go hang out with Remy for a little bit and go eat something. Probably play a little bit of Apex Legends. I love you all. Good luck in Dominion.